So it's come to my attention that most people seem to be okay with slowly but surely destroying their lives day by day as the time passes. And in this video, I hope to wake those group of people up. So the first thing you want to do if you want to completely and utterly ruin your life is to not have any goals at all. This is a surefire way to make sure that you screw up your life. Without goals, you will quite literally wander through life aimlessly, because if you don't have a goal, then you're not aiming at anything. So you're going to be aimlessly wandering through life, avoiding boredom by seeking pleasure, and there will be very few experiences or new experiences in your life as you get older. Without a destination to try to get to, there will be no journey. As human beings, we need goals. We need something to strive for. Life is about growth, and without growth, like, you're either growing or you're dying, but you're never staying flat. And what I mean by that is life should be about finding and living your purpose. And without a purpose in life, it's overall just dissatisfying, empty, boring, and it's honestly just quite meaningless. And I don't mean this to be offensive, but that's basically what purpose is. If you don't have a purpose, then you don't have meaning. And as I've said in other videos, and maybe it's different for you, but if not, hopefully this could be some type of direction, is that your purpose in life is to create the best version of yourself and then give that person to the world. Well, if you're not chasing goals, getting uncomfortable, then you're not going to be putting yourself in situations that force you to grow as a person. And if you're not growing as a person, you can't create the best version of yourself. A lot of people like to live their life by something called the law of accident, where they believe that someday something will happen, where they just kind of fall into this life where everything works out and they have a wife and kids and they have a house and they have everything that they think they want, but they don't actually have a plan to get there. They just think it's going to happen. And I'm telling you that if you do not have a goal or a roadmap to get there, then it is not going to happen. None of these things will happen by accident. So to cap this number one off, your goals should be so big that they actually scare you, because you know the result of you accomplishing that goal would completely change your entire life and change you as a person. And both of those things are scary, but necessary for you to be fulfilled in life. And the second thing that you should do if you want to effectively ruin your life is just drown yourself in vices. Drink, smoke, eat like shit, cheat on your spouse, play video games, masturbate every day. You know, I've made many videos on why vices are bad, the broken window theory, how they affect your energy and mood, therefore causing you to vibrate at lower frequencies, making your day-to-day life just worse just based on that alone. But the overall short answer as to why vices are effectively going to ruin your life is that they allow you to ignore growth. Chances are, if you removed all the vices from your life, you'd probably notice how much your current situation sucks. And with nothing to distract yourself and make it tolerable in the short term, i.e. the vices, you would likely then opt into trying to change your situation. And what I mean by that is you hate your job, you hate this, you hate that you're overweight, you hate all these things about yourself and your life, but when you come home, instead of working on changing those things, it's way easier to just get high and order a pizza, or drink a 6-pack of White Claws, or play Fortnite. And vices just overall make it extremely difficult to build any type of momentum in your life where you're going to yield massive results. And what I mean by that is, you could be going to the gym, maybe you're going to the gym for a month, you're making all this progress, people are giving you compliments, then you go out and get hammered one weekend, miss the gym the next day, miss the gym the next day. Now the third day, it's exponentially harder to get back into the gym. You miss the gym that third day, done. Now you're completely back into your old ways. You're back at square one where you started at the beginning of the month. And that was all because you got hammered and allowed that vice to completely derail the momentum you had built in that area of your life. So if you want to completely and effectively destroy your life, vices they do a great job at doing this, because they're just going to numb you in your current situation, make it seem like everything is okay completely where you're at, and then if you try to make any positive progress towards anything good in your life, they'll come back and derail that progress for you. So vices are a very good way of completely destroying your life. And the third way to effectively ruin your life is to just avoid all risk at all costs. And this almost ties into number one, because without goals, you're not going to take any risk. And without risk, I can pretty much guarantee you your life is going to be boring. You can't level up without taking risk. You can't make more money. You can't get the girl of your dreams. You can't even like trying to push your bench press personal record is you're taking a risk by doing that. There's always going to be risk anytime you need to level up. But the reality of it is that the risk that people think they're taking, that's a massive risk for their life, is not a massive risk. Like, you're 25 years old and you don't want to leave your job that you hate, by the way, that pays like $80K a year, because you think, oh, if I go start this business that I actually want to do or chase my passion or my purpose or whatever, and I fail and this job's gone, I'm going to have to go get another job. Maybe I'll have to get a job where I make less money, but you're only making 80K. So what's less money? 65K? So you're going to do something you hate doing for your entire life forever, and then be on your deathbed having massive regrets about not having the courage to go do the things that you actually wanted to do, because the worst case scenario is you might make 15 grand less per year, which is like 11K after tax. Do you guys realize how ridiculous? Like, you have nothing to lose. Are you going to die? Are you going to be fucked for the rest of your life? No. And what if it actually worked out? You know what I mean? So like, on the downside, okay, maybe you make 15 grand less per year and like a couple people make fun of you for the next fucking 3 weeks, right? But on the upside, what if it works out and you live this amazing life and you make $1 million a year and you grow into this fulfilling person that you have authority in some space and people listen to you and you have influence and you have the ability to change lives and you do all these amazing things just because you took that one risk and left your shitty job that you hate. The risk to reward is heavily in your favor when you do this. There is so much less risk on the downside and so much more reward on the upside. And the law of polarity states that everything in the universe has an exact opposite, right? So when you work your day job, your highs and lows are going to bounce in this much tighter area like this, right? Well, when you take a risk and you go into entrepreneurship or you chase and you live that life that you want to live, the highs and lows bounce like this, right? That's the law of polarity. Yes, there's extreme lows in business and entrepreneurship, but the law of polarity would state that if you experience a low, now you're open to experiencing the high, right? Because you need that contrast. You can't experience these high highs without experiencing these low lows. Just like sun wouldn't be so great if it weren't for the rain. If it was just sunny every single day, we wouldn't think it's that great. And you'll notice that some of the ultra rich, famous people, singers, actors, whatever, they all have some ridiculous story where they overcame a ton of pain and suffering and a lot of low lows, and now they're experiencing those high highs. Show me a hero and I'll write you a tragedy. This quote means that behind every hero, there was the low lows. Without taking these risks and putting yourself in these situations, you will never get to experience what life has to offer. And you only get to experience life once. So why not just experience every part of it, the lows and the highs? You won't know extreme good without extreme bad. You have nothing to contrast the extreme good with. So avoiding risk is a surefire way to live your life, ruin your life rather, and just be on your deathbed having extreme regrets. And another way to ruin your life is just be negative or pessimistic all the time. You'll never be able to own a home, so why bother? The world has gone to shit, women are so terrible, social media is this. I'm not going to explain to you guys that happiness is a choice, okay? I'm sure you guys have heard this by 900 other creators now, or whatever you want to call me, but I'll share this with you. Wes Watson has a quote where he says, "The world isn't as it is. The world is as you are." The world isn't horrible and negative. You're horrible and negative. What you release most is what you will receive most. You'll notice that all of the people who like to talk shit about other people behind their backs are the people who actually get talked shit about the most behind their back. Interesting. The people who release the most hate get the most hate back. The people who release the most love get the most love back. The people who release the most positivity get the most positivity back. When you release negativity, suddenly the whole world becomes negative. Everything in your world becomes negative. That is the lens for which you are choosing to view the world through. And once you realize that is an insane blessing just to fucking be alive, like you had a I don't even know what it is. It's like 1 in 7 trillion chance of just being on this planet alive. And then you add in the fact that, you weren't disabled or blind or whatever. You're a completely normal functioning human being with arms and legs and, a brain that works. And if you're watching this, you're probably not in a third world country. you were, and not only that, you're born into like the best time to be alive in human history ever. Like you could have been born into like some drought or the Black Plague or something terrible like that. So if you want to ruin your life and live a terrible, horrible, shitty life where everything sucks, then just start thinking everything sucks and it'll happen like that for you. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, and if you like this video, make sure you watch this video. I'm 𝐎𝐓𝐇𝐄𝐑. Appreciate you guys. Peace.